France is known for many things across the world. It's known for its gastronomy, but also beautiful monuments. But one more thing, it's also very famous for its perfume, which is sold for very expensive prices all over the world by luxury brands. It's not surprising that not a whole lot of people know that right here in the heart of Paris, you have a museum about the history of perfume. And this museum is often ignored by tourists, which is really unfortunate. Welcome to the Museum of Perfume by Fragonard. Get ready for an olfactory journey through history right here in the heart of Paris. Make sure you stick until the end of the video as I will unveil the most beautiful Starbucks in the world. So make sure you stick around and don't forget to subscribe. Opened in 1983, the Perfume Museum focuses on the perfumes made by Fragonard, a brand producing perfume since 1926 in Grasse in the south of France. In this museum, Fragonard shares with its visitors its age-old know-how and its unique heritage to tell the story of perfume from its origins to the present day. The brand was named in honor of Jean-Honoré Fragonard, who was the official court painter of Louis XVI and the son of a glovemaker-perfumer from Grasse. Parfumerie Fragonard is one of the last artisanal, family-owned perfume houses in the Grasse area. Its perfumes and cosmetics are all manufactured in the south of France. Entrance is free of charge in this museum. One of the highlights of the museum is its extensive collection of antique perfume bottles, showcasing the exquisite craftsmanship and intricate designs that have characterized perfumery for centuries. The showcase also presents objects used in a bygone day: apothecary jars, maps, engravings, animal matter, measuring instruments, and botanical illustrations. An interactive map offers visitors an olfactory voyage of the 5 continents, so it's truly the world through scent that you're discovering in this exhibition. Let's go over a little bit of history as we continue exploring the museum together. The art of making perfume originally began in ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt. One of the world's first recorded perfumers is Taputi, who lived in the 2nd millennium before Christ in Mesopotamia. The art of perfumery was later perfected by the Romans and blossomed in Italy for centuries. The city of Grasse, where Fragonard originates from, became famous during the Middle Ages for its tanneries and the quality of its leathers. Legend has it that Catherine de' Medici brought the Italian fashion of scented gloves to France in the 16th century when she became Queen of France. Consequently, Grasse began to specialize in scented hides. A cooperation of master glovemaker perfumers was founded in 1724. Because of its favorable climate for the cultivation of aromatic plants, Grasse eventually evolved from a city of tanning to one of perfumery. The artisans of Grasse also went from being master glovemaker perfumers to simply perfumers. Grasse remains until this day the city of perfume, and France is at the forefront of perfume design. Before we continue, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are nearing 200 subscribers right now. I want to thank all those of you who have subscribed to me. I really want to keep making great videos for you guys, and this helps me a lot. Please also like and share this video. It tells the YouTube algorithm to keep suggesting my channel to new viewers, and that's how I get this channel to grow. I learned some interesting things upon visiting this museum. Did you know that olfactory memory is the most powerful and deeply seated of all memories in the brain? Other interesting things that I learned is that you need 1 ton of flowers to produce 1 kilo of neroli essential oil. Also, Rose Absolute contains 450 odorous molecules, which to me is mind-boggling. What you see on screen is called a perfume organ, or a perfumer's desk. Arranged in a half circle, it is made of hundreds of vials of different raw materials. Sadly, this type of organ is becoming rarer and rarer these days in perfume houses as it's being replaced by computers. But the experience doesn't end with admiring beautiful bottles. For those of you feeling adventurous, the museum offers apprentice perfumer workshops. Under the supervision of a professional perfume maker, you can create your own 100 milliliters eau de cologne. From learning about different scent families to crafting your own signature fragrance, there's something here for everyone to enjoy. Please make sure to book in advance. And of course, no trip to the Fragonard Perfume Museum would be complete without a visit to the gift shop, where you can find a wide selection of perfumes, skincare products, and souvenirs to take home with you. Extra tip, for those of you who want to do some extra shopping, check out Fragonard's other shop right next door, which focuses on lifestyle, decoration, fashion, and accessories. My favorite perfume is Belle de Nuit, and I also love Orange Blossom, which smell incredible, and I highly recommend you smell them when you go to the museum. After exploring the Fragonard Museum, if you have a bit of extra time, I recommend you head across the street for a tour of the Opera Garnier. Famed by the famous musical The Phantom of the Opera, the building dates back to the 19th century. You can either book a tour or explore it on your own on a self-guided tour. Tickets are €15 per adult. Built under Napoleon III, the opera is considered the most beautiful monument of the Second Empire. The interior is decorated with multicolored marbles quarried in different parts of France. When it was built, the opera was not just about the music, but also a show of class, and this is reflected in its architecture. The grand staircase at the entrance, for example, is in a great open hall surrounded by balconies over 4 floors, perfect for observing the arrival of important guests. The steps are shallow, so when a lady would climb the stairs, their ankles would barely show. The grand foyer was inspired by the Hall of Mirrors from the Palais of Versailles. It features beautiful natural light, gold, and mirrors. The paintings on the ceiling represent various moments in the history of music. This was the perfect place to socialize back in the day, and people would purchase tickets to the opera just to show off and socialize in this room. When you enter the auditorium, you'll notice the Emperor's box. Interestingly, it isn't placed in the middle of the hall for a great view and acoustic, but rather to the left, beside the front of the stage, visible from almost every seat on the auditorium. Again, the sole purpose of this was for the Emperor to show off and be seen by all the guests attending the opera. The stage of the Opera Garnier is the largest in Europe. If you look up from the stage, you'll notice the beautiful ceiling. This ceiling was painted by Marc Chagall during the opera's renovation in 1964 in one of the major pieces of art he accomplished in his life as a painter. And of course, no visit to the Opera Garnier would be complete without talking about the Phantom of the Opera. The musical was based on a novel of the same name. The novel tells the story of an eccentric, physically deformed musical genius who terrorizes the Opera Garnier. The author of the novel, Gaston Leroux, claimed until the very end of his life that the phantom really haunted the opera. At the end of the 19th century, there was a mysterious individual who demanded 20,000 francs every month from the board of directors and reserved box number 5 every evening. Box number 5 is known as the Phantom's box in the novel. The box that he demanded every night was his alone and not shared with other spectators. Up until this day, box number 5 is sold out for every performance, keeping the mystery of the Phantom of the Opera alive. After a visit to the opera, check out the beautiful gift shop. They sell everything from past performances on DVD to books about the history of music. One interesting and totally random fact, the shop also sells Opera Garnier honey. Created as a bid to save bees and biodiversity in Paris, honey is produced every year on the rooftop of the opera. This is a wonderful way to make a gesture for our environment. Now I'm going to introduce you to the most beautiful Starbucks in Paris. Located across the Opera Garnier, Starbucks opened this branch 2 decades ago in a 17th century building. Its ambience is a blend of history and luxury, with murals, marble columns, gold gilded walls, and chandeliers dating back to the 19th century. The decor exudes French royalty, transporting you to the Palais of Versailles as you sip your latte. I will share the address of this Starbucks in the description box below. My go-to Starbucks indulgence was the matcha brownie frappuccino when I lived in Tokyo. Oh, I miss it so much. Today I'm enjoying an Americano, which is great as well, and with this decor, I feel like a queen. What's your favorite Starbucks drink? Join the conversation in the comment section below.
Thank you for joining us on this fragrance journey through the Fragonard Paris Perfume Museum. If you're ever in Paris, please make sure to check it out for yourself and explore the magic. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more travel insights. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next episode. À bientôt!